Thank you, God, for this special day and for loving us. Thank you for sending good people to help us and for keeping bad people away. Thank you for our foster families, sponsors, benefactors, volunteers, and staff. And thank you for sending us Patrick Atkinson, Bob, and John Shield, and the many other heroes who kept us alive all of these years. Can you please ask baby Jesus to say hi to those who are with you now in heaven? Tell them we miss them and we will never forget them. Please protect us and keep us safe. Please give food to all people and especially the baby patients in CASA Jackson Hospital and medicine to those who are sick. And finally, God, please put your arm around all children, especially those who are alone, so they also know they are loved. Amen.
2020 was a very different year. The COVID-19 pandemic forced schools shut to avoid massive infection by students, staff, and families. But your God's Child project did not stop educating. We developed new strategies that would allow students to continue their education at home, even this without internet access or electricity.
We say at the God's Child Project that we break poor children and families out of poverty through education, healthcare, and housing. The healthcare that the project provides means everything for the poor children and abandoned mothers who make up most of the patients in our clinics. Many had never been to a doctor before they came to our Shield Center Clinic and Atkinson Family Clinics. Almost none had ever even been to a dentist. For years, we have made healthcare a top priority. Children need to feel well if they are going to study well in school. The same goes for mothers who need to be able to breastfeed their infants with healthy milk. Our clinics depend on donated medicine because our patients, the poor children, and the abandoned, single, and widowed mothers, have little money for food, much less for medication. So, we always look for medicine donations to give to them, and medical doctors, nurses, and specialists who can diagnose their health problems. During this COVID-19 pandemic, we have been attending to our patients through home visits. We have helped hundreds of families by distributing medication and masks to prevent the spread of the virus. Prevention is our number one goal, but when there is an injury, an accident, or an infection that needs immediate attention, your God's Child Project in Guatemala is there to do the work. There are so many more sick children that need your help. Please visit www.godschild.org to donate today or email www.info@godschild.org to ask about other ways you can get involved. Just imagine, you are a 13-year-old girl or boy, and because of the God's Child Project, you are now studying in school, for the first time ever. You want people to like you. You want to smell nice so no one makes fun of you. But at the end of each day, you go home to a shack made of rotting cardboard, rusting tin, and used garbage bags. When your God's Child Project started our Home Building Service Team Experience Program in 1992, we had no idea that over the next 28 years, hundreds of volunteer teams would build nearly 1,500 new homes for poor and homeless families. But you did it. Families, schools, churches of all denominations, and social groups come to your God's Child Project in Guatemala where, over 3 days, they work hand in hand with an abandoned mother or an impoverished local family to build a home that will last them for 40 years. Their eyes glow with pride and excitement as each cinder block is laid out, each wooden beam cut. When the home is completed and the family moves in, there are always tears of both joy and disbelief as the children and mother take ownership of something they had only dreamed about before, a safe and dignified home they can call their own. Even during this year, when COVID-19 forced the 45 teams scheduled to arrive to put their trips on hold, benefactors and past home building volunteers and groups stepped forward and donated the $2,500 it costs to build a home. Our Guatemalan staff and volunteers put in the time, and we were still able to give some of the poorest families in Guatemala a safe place to live. There are many, many more extremely poor families who hope to one day have a safe structure they too can call their home. Come down, help us do the work, or donate right now and we will swing the hammers for you. Either way works, and both ways give a hopeful family a home. Frustrated by constantly finding malnourished babies abandoned in cardboard boxes in the bushes that surround your Godchild Project Streamer Center, Patrick Atkinson founded CASA Jackson Hospital for Malnourished Infants in 2005 with the inspiration and support of North Dakota natives Gene and Sue Jackson. Begun as a small group home for recovering infants, national demand grew CASA Jackson over the next 10 years as its service base expanded and its international reputation brought in medical and support volunteers from Europe, Canada, Israel, and the United States. CASA Jackson Hospital for Malnourished Infants is a formal inpatient hospital that also provides outpatient medical attention and nutrition education programs to Guatemalan children, families, and communities. Normal operations capacity for CASA Jackson Hospital is 60 children, with an average inpatient stay of 3 months. We have medically rehabilitated over 2,000 malnourished children and saved the lives of countless more through outpatient and village-based educational work in health, hygiene, and nutrition practices. Yet all of this was put to the severest of tests when the COVID-19 virus hit earlier this year. Dozens of scheduled service teams from around the world had to cancel or postpone their trips when international borders closed. Schools, clinics, stores, and businesses were ordered to temporarily shut doors by Guatemalan presidential decree, and countless families already living on the edge were left penniless, scared, and hungry. During all of this, the Godchild Project's CASA Jackson Hospital for Malnourished Infants became more critical than ever as children were abandoned and other health centers closed. The baby patients at CASA Jackson continued to receive their life-saving care around the clock. Diapers were changed, vital medicine administered, nourishing formula and food given, and every cry met with a loving hug and hold. Our nurses, nutritionist, pediatrician, cook, and volunteers have worked relentlessly to ensure that these children would stay alive. 18-year-old Sandra came to us weighing 54 pounds, the average weight of a 7 or 8-year-old, having barely survived an abusive living situation where she received only water and floor scraps for an entire month. Berlin was a tiny 1-year-old baby when she was abandoned after being hospitalized with pneumonia by her aging father and young mother. They simply left and never came back. And Angel, a special needs child, was abandoned by his mother because he could not walk or talk and was considered a burden on the family. During his stay with us, Angel has learned several words and can walk short distances unaided. The care we give these innocent children at CASA Jackson Hospital shows that we will fight to save their lives, even when others will not. Please, be a hero and help us continue to make miracles at CASA Jackson Hospital for Malnourished Infants. Sign up to sponsor a crib today and come to Guatemala to comfort the babies on their road to recovery. Their lives depend on it.
Hello, members of the Godchild Project family. My name is Travis Spangler, and I want to tell you about our new ambassador program. Whether you're a current or former volunteer, service team member, or donor, and you passionately support the babies, children, and families of the Godchild Project, now is the time to join our Godchild Project volunteer leadership team and become a GCP ambassador. Turn your passion into purpose and join Saul, Ennio, Robbie, Brendan, and me, and together let's work to raise interest and funds to help your Godchild Project children during these difficult times. Together as a team, we'll work with you to personalize your efforts around your GCP stories, photos, and videos. We'll empower you to spread the word and save innocent lives. Your experience with the Godchild Project is unique and powerful. Now is the time to share your personal story to help the boys and girls who really need you. You can do this by going to www.godschild.org/ambassador, and thank you to all the ambassadors who have already signed up. We can't do this without you.
Hi, my name is Robbie Middleton and I'm the Sponsorship Coordinator at the God's Child Project Asociación Nuestros Hijos in Guatemala. This time around I've been working at the project since January 2020. Overall though, I've been a project volunteer for the past 11 years. I've also sponsored 3 of the project's children myself over the past 8 years. During my 11 years with the project, I've seen firsthand the tremendous impact that a child sponsorship has on a child. It gives them the knowledge that they have someone, a real person out there who cares for them and wants them to do well. Some sponsors choose to become more directly involved with the family. A few have even provided life-saving medical treatment for their sponsored child or their child's family. While every sponsorship relationship is unique, every sponsor is special, warm, loving, and the hope that a child has for a better future. Our sponsors are amazing. They dedicate themselves to a poor, orphan, scared, or lonely boy or girl thousands of miles away. Working hand in hand with the project, our sponsors help that child find stability, love, and education and food, clothing, medical care, and maybe even a foster family that brings new life. One of my favourite parts of being the sponsorship coordinator is when I get to go into the school and tell the child they have a new sponsor. Their face breaks into a huge smile and gets even bigger as their surprise turns to the realisation that someone out there cares for them and is praying for them to succeed. I also really enjoy when I get to give them a letter or card that their sponsor sent. Last week I gave a card to Jesus and he was so happy he kissed the letter and ran off to show his friends. I told his sponsor about it and he immediately started writing another letter. The bond you form with your sponsored child can last a lifetime. The only problem is we don't have enough sponsors. Every tiny boy or girl in the God's Child Project desperately wants to have a sponsor. They want to know someone, a real person out there cares for them. They want to feel this sense of protection, of being loved. Please become a God's Child Project sponsor. Right now there's a young boy or girl waiting, hoping you'll say yes. You can become a sponsor right now by visiting www.godschild.org and clicking Sponsor a Child. The God's Child Project's CASA Jackson Hospital for Malnourished Children was founded in 2005 with the inspiration and support of Jean and Sue Jackson. But we need your help now to save these starving babies' lives. To provide the help these tiny boys and girls require, we need 100 CASA Jackson Hospital crib sponsors who will make it possible for severely malnourished boys and girls to recover. For $119 per month, as a CASA Jackson crib sponsor, you receive photos and updates on each new child patient cared for in your crib. With each new admittance, you meet, see, learn about, and can virtually visit with your child. Your $119 per month tax-deductible donation provides these tiny boys and girls with the medical attention, 24-hour care, special food and formulas, and other supplies they need to make a full recovery. You follow your child's recovery and eventual return home. Then, when a new child patient arrives and is placed in your crib, you meet your new child and once again follow him or her as they recover the miracle of life. You and your crib sponsorship made it possible, only at the God's Child Project's CASA Jackson Hospital for Malnourished Children. Please say yes. We, the children, desperately need you now. To sponsor a crib, please visit www.godschild.org and click Sponsor a Crib right now.
This has been a really enjoyable evening for us. We had a great time putting together these different segments, these shots, this footage, pulling together our first virtual gala for the God's Child Project. This is our 30th gala, and we're glad you could join us. Now, what can we do? First, when you're done watching this gala on YouTube, scroll down, okay, and look at the different links, the different possibilities, the different segments that we had. We do the gala as a way of thanking you, but also as a way of saying we need you. We need your loves, your support, your prayers. The gala is really focused. We need your financial support to keep the programs going for the thousands of boys and girls and widows in the program. You can also go to godschild.org/gala2020. There's also a recap of this gala there, as well as different giving opportunities, Christmas wish list gifts, peer-to-peer sponsorship. It all works. It all pulls together as a team, as a way of making the God's Child Project work for the boys and girls. You make it work. God's blessing upon us keeps it going. You are the blood, the life, the support that brings salvation and rescue out of poverty for thousands of boys and girls. From all of us, thank you and have a wonderful holiday season.